In a small Slavonian village in 1963, a woman named Janja, who came from Bosnia, stops by a candy shop and is drawn to the sweets inside. Nota, the shopkeeper, whose family once owned the store before the war, watches her customers with interest and offers help. Marta, another worker from Bosnia, asks for sugar cubes. As Nota reaches for them, Marta tells a younger girl nearby that sugar gives energy when you're tired. She then warns Janja that people new to the village often don't know that the local bosses are strict and rarely allow breaks. While Nota climbs a ladder, a few men standing nearby stare at her. Noticing them, she asks Eva, the son of Marco, to grab the sugar box from the high shelf. Janja sees Eva and is taken by his looks. Soon, Nota's husband Milan walks into the shop. He gets upset that she is smoking and tells her off. Nota replies that it used to be her grandmother's store, so she feels free to act as she pleases. Milan reminds her that the shop now belongs to the state and that no one is above the rules. She shrugs off his words and offers free candy to the customers anyway. Later, the Bosnian workers return to join the others waiting for jobs. Marco, the wealthiest landowner in the village and Eva's father, hires Janja and several others to help on his farm. That afternoon, they begin their work. In the evening, Marco visits Mika, a woman he's close to. At the same time, Anna, the head of Marco's household, complains that he's bringing in too many workers. Eva steps in, saying the land is large and needs many hands. After dinner, Anna tells Eva to go out more and hints that she should be married by now. Eva gently brushes off her mother's comments and says goodnight. The next day, while the workers gather sunflower seeds, Marta playfully asks Janja to help fetch water. She tells her she could become someone useful to the village. They also hope Janja might meet someone who'd want to marry her. Antunovic overhears them and says he'd like to marry Janja, but she doesn't seem to take it seriously. That night, one of his friends warns him not to chase her, saying she has a complicated past. The next morning, Anna asks Marco to help prepare food for the workers, but she hurts her ankle while moving around. Since she can't cook, her husband asks Janja to take over the kitchen duties. On the way back, he talks to Janja and learns that she has no family. Later, she serves a warm stew to the workers and quietly watches Marco as he fixes an old family keepsake. Before the sun sets, Marco gives out wages to the workers. He asks Janja to stay and help with the chores until Anna feels better. He offers her meals, a place to stay, and a small salary. Grateful, she agrees. The next day, Janja wakes up early and starts cleaning the pigsty. Eva sees her working and kindly offers his boots. He introduces himself, not knowing his father is watching them from a distance. Later, Marco brings up the idea of marriage to his son. Eva finally says no. He refuses to marry a servant and leaves angrily. Anna then argues that Janja isn't suitable because she's poor, but Marco believes that status shouldn't matter. Later, while Janja serves breakfast, Marco praises her efforts and quietly shares his plan to bring her into the family. His son, upset by this, slams the table and walks out. Marco pays no attention to his reaction and calmly says that they don't care if Janja has no dowry. Surprised and unsure, Janja simply nods. Anna stays silent, though it's clear she doesn't agree. That afternoon, Eva spends time with his friend Franja, who tries to cheer him up by saying he also had doubts before his own wedding. The next morning, Janja starts her chores early, feeling hopeful about her future in the household. After Eva leaves to go hunting, Marco pulls her aside and hints that if she's clever, the house will soon be filled with her children. Meanwhile, at the candy shop, Nota hears people whispering about Eva marrying a farm worker. She later asks her husband if it's true. He confirms it but says it's not their concern. That evening, Marco visits Milan and asks for help in buying a new car. He wants it ready before the wedding, but Milan explains it will take more time. Marco agrees to be patient. The next day, Nota brings Janja's wedding dress and helps her try it on. Curious, she gently asks how Janja ended up engaged to the richest young man in the village. Janja, shy and modest, says she doesn't know, perhaps it was simply meant to be. As she sees herself in the mirror wearing the gown, Janja can hardly believe she's marrying into such a well-known family. While checking the dress, Nota spots a small flaw. She quietly removes her locket to focus on fixing it and forgets to put it back on afterward. The following morning, Anna speaks to Janja and tells her that once a woman is married, she must share her life completely with her husband. Janja listens nervously and nods. Soon after, women from the village gather to help prepare for the wedding. A joyful procession makes its way through town, led by Marco's family. Janja smiles and waves at the crowd, though she quietly notices that Ava doesn't seem happy. The ceremony takes place, and the couple shares an awkward kiss after being declared husband and wife. As they leave the church, Mika and her friend Manda whisper unkindly about the family marrying someone from a poor background. At the celebration, guests compliment Marco for hosting such a large and cheerful gathering. The wedding celebration continues with music, dancing, and drinks, though Anna quietly disapproves. When it's time to give gifts, Milan steps forward with his present, while his wife watches Eva with a heavy heart. Later, Milan invites her to dance and gently tells her to stop focusing on the newlyweds. Nota feels sorry for Eva, but Milan says he feels even more sympathy for Janja. He then leans in and shares a secret about Eva, leaving her stunned. That night, Eva and Janja sleep in the same room, but keep their distance. The next morning, Anna takes the clean bedsheet from their room and stains it with chicken blood before hanging it outside, pretending it was used. Eva still avoids speaking to Janja during breakfast, but she stays calm and continues to treat him kindly. Later, Anna begins showing Janja around the house, helping her learn how to manage her new duties. She gives her some of her old clothes, so Janja doesn't have to wear the ones she brought from Bosnia. In the kitchen, Anna explains the local recipes and looks forward to teaching her more. She also shows Janja a treasured family heirloom item passed down from her great-grandfather, bought long ago from merchants in Budapest. Anna warns her to handle it carefully, as it's fragile. When the village gossiper visits and spots the stained bedsheet hanging outside, she jumps to conclusions and quickly starts spreading talk around town. That evening, Marco visits Mika but finds out her husband has returned. Meanwhile, Janja grows frustrated with Eva. Each night when she joins him, he leaves to spend time in the forest, avoiding her company. The next day, Janja finds a locket in her room and returns it to Mika. The seamstress thanks her and shows her old photos of her parents. With sadness, she explains how they were treated unfairly during the war because of their background. Mika asks Janja about her own past. Janja shares that she never met her parents and was raised by her aunt and an uncle who struggled with alcohol. The two women bond over their hardships. Janja tries to comfort her by saying the past no longer defines them, and what matters now is that they have survived. Later, while Mika repairs Eva's trousers, she sees Janja looking at the boots. When Janja admits she doesn't know her foot size, Mika invites her to try on a few pairs and measures her feet carefully. At home, Marco shows Janja how to use the radio. She begins to feel a little more at ease around him. Eva, though still distant, starts to show small signs of care, like helping her carry the laundry when he sees her struggling. One evening, Anna leaves to attend church, leaving Janja alone with Marco. As she works on making wine, she notices him watching her closely. He steps in and awkwardly tries to wipe something from her mouth, which leaves her startled. When Janja bends to lift a basket, Marco suddenly grabs it, making her uneasy. She steps back, but follows him to the storage room, keeping her distance. Marco suggests she deserves attention since her husband is cold. Janja refuses, but Marco grows forceful and pulls her to another room. Anna prays for the couple to start a family. Anna tells Eva to pick pumpkins, but Marco says he and Janja will do it. Janja tries to tell Eva something urgent, but Anna stops her. On the ride, Marco tries to seem kind, but Janja doesn't trust him. When she threatens to speak out, he warns her to stay silent or he'll spread lies about her. Later, Manda visits Anna and shares gossip about Jozo's son sending his wife away for not having children. One day, the dressmaker visits Janja and asks for fresh milk. That night, Anna warns Janja not to get close to the seamstress, saying they don't share the same values. In the forest, Eva hears Franja talk about growing distance with his wife since their child was born. At the candy shop, Nota gifts Janja custom boots. Janja is touched, but Marco takes offense. Anna defends the gift and insists on paying for the shoes. Later, Eva and Janja argue. He admits he never wanted the marriage but agreed due to pressure. Janja says she cares for him truly. Eva sees his mother marking something on the calendar but gets no answer when he asks. The next morning, Anna blames Janja for breaking a special bowl and reminds her of her poor past. Marco admits he broke it and tells Anna to stop. Eva asks Janja to be careful with their things, but she's upset by his silence. That afternoon, Anna leaves with Eva, giving Janja instructions on pickling cabbage. Janja drinks wine but seems unhappy. Meanwhile, Mika meets Marco, suggesting they spend time since her husband is away. Marco says he wants to focus on family now and might soon be a grandfather. At home, Marco watches Janja clean and offers fruit. He playfully sprinkles salt near her feet, and Janja watches nervously. At home, Anna prays quietly for a child. Later, Janja feels uneasy and locks herself in to wash. Anna asks why, but Janja stays silent. Eva worries and asks Janja for help. When she opens the door, Eva tells her to cover up, but she doesn't. Janja asks why Eva is distant and if something is wrong. Hurt, Eva throws a towel at her and leaves. Anna grows worried when Eva is gone for 2 days. Janja finds him in a shed in the forest. Eva quietly explains that as a boy, he was hurt by a wild animal, which still affects him. Eva asks if Janja will leave now that she knows his secret. Instead, she hugs him and says they can be happy. In the days after, Eva helps Janja with chores. Marco feels uneasy and urges Eva to go away, but Eva stays close to Janja. Eva takes Janja on a bike ride date in the fields. Later, Janja faints, and they learn she is pregnant. Eva is upset at first, but Janja comforts him gently. The seamstress learns Marco and Anna plan Janja's pregnancy to protect Eva's honor. Sadly, Janja loses the baby the next day. The midwife warns Janja may have trouble having children again. Janja tries to keep busy but often cries. Anna feels guilty and comforts her, while Marco grows angry and drinks. One day, Eva catches Marco forcing himself on Anna. Marco mocks Eva for not being able to have children. They fight and Eva pushes Marco, who gets hurt. Painful memories return to Marco. In 1947, young Eva was left alone in the fields and hurt badly by wild pigs. Now, Anna blames Janja for Marco's death, but Eva takes responsibility and asks his mother how long she knew. She says nothing. They quietly bury Marco. Janja, sad, holds a cloth bundle, believing her baby is alive. She plays music from a statue to comfort the child. When Anna tries to take back the statue, Eva stops her, saying they've taken enough from Janja. Feeling sad, Eva jumps into the well, ending his life. Nota hears Anna crying and comes to check. She finds Janja by the statue and sees Eva's shoes. Watching Anna cry by the well, Nota realizes Eva is gone.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay connected with us.